Well, good morning, and thanks for the opportunity to share this analysis with you. Next slide, please. To begin, I have no disclosures related to this presentation. Next slide. Recapitulating some of what Emma had to say, ROECSG was founded in 2013 with its mission, the development of novel and innovative radiation oncology educational curricula at all levels, the dissemination of such curricula globally, and to serve as a forum for the discussion of radiation oncology ideas in education. In the years since its founding, ROECSG has grown to include 96 member institutions in 11 countries and has supported a wide range of educational initiatives. Starting in 2018, ROECSG began holding annual one-day spring symposia as a venue for oral presentations and networking for faculty and trainees passionate about radiation oncology education. These first two symposia attracted a diverse group of presenters and attendees and continue to inform radiation oncology education through the journal articles that these presentations evolved into, as well as the growing number of online viewings. The growth of this conference has been profound, growing from 36 to 76 to, at last count, 284 registered attendees this year. And at least 12 of the 55 oral presentations given thus far have gone on to be published in peer-reviewed journals. Next slide. The first two symposia drew a truly diverse group of attendees, including attending physicians, residents, medical students, program directors, and other allied health professionals. In total, 5 countries so far have had representatives attend, and I'm told that this year there are representatives from 21 countries in every continent except Antarctica. In order to assess the needs of attendees for future events, post-symposium REDCap surveys were distributed to all attendees and were completed by 92% of attendees across both years. These data were used to construct the following tables and figures. Next slide, please. In particular, I'd like to draw everyone's attention to the breakdown of attendees by gender. There's been much discussion of gender inequality in the radiation oncology workforce recently, including a 2017 radiation oncology workforce study, which found that only 28.9% of practicing radiation oncologists and 28.6% of residents were female. Thus far, the ROECSG symposia have not recapitulated that inequality. Next slide, please. Beyond demographic considerations, these conferences drew attendees with wide-ranging interests, experience, and formal training in education. Next slide. One finding in particular which reinforced the value of the ROECSG symposia is the volume of radiation oncology education research output by the attendees. Over half of the attendees had not published or presented radiation oncology education before participating in a ROECSG event. This suggests that despite the breadth of interest in radiation oncology education, there's a paucity of opportunities for the presentation of such research. Next slide. The REDCap surveys further asked respondents to evaluate 10 professional organizations with regard to how well they foster the discussion and dissemination of radiation oncology education using a 5-point Likert scale. Shown here are summarized findings by year. Next slide. Here we found that attendees rated ROECSG more highly in supporting radiation oncology education discussion and dissemination. The only other organization who had more than half of respondents rated as quite or extremely supportive in both 2018 and 2019 is ARROW. Next slide, please. REDCap surveys further asked respondents 8 questions about their experiences with ROECSG and with radiation oncology education scholarship in general, again using a 5-point Likert scale. Next slide. 2 particular points of interest here are, one, that most respondents reported that there was not ample opportunity to present radiation oncology education scholarship at meetings. This again reinforces the need for a forum like the ROECSG Spring Symposia. 2, over 75% of respondents reported planning to publish radiation oncology education scholarship within the next 6 months following the symposia. While it is likely that some portion of these 75+% intended to publish something other than what they presented at ROECSG, the discrepancy between this substantial desire to publish education scholarship and the currently realized rate of about 20% of these presentations reaching journal publication suggests that significant roadblocks still exist to the publication of education scholarship in radiation oncology. Next slide, please. Moving forward, ROECSG plans to continue to hold this symposium annually and to continue to survey attendees in order to find additional ways to support the education community. Next slide. Thank you for your time.